Another month, another P.Louise budget box. But is the June 2025 box actually worth your money? I'm breaking down everything inside this box, the value, and whether this was a hit or a total miss. So let's get into it. So the box cost 30 British pounds. So if you wanted to buy the box as a one-off, it was 45 British pounds. Otherwise, you could spend 30 pounds and get just a 1-month subscription. So I just went for the 1-month subscription and then cancelled it after, just because I was only interested in this box for the eyeshadow palette. So for 30 pounds, you get 4 products. So let's have a look at everything inside. So there are 4 items in the box. First up, we have the Rain Check Hyaluronic Acid Moisturiser. Then we have a Start Your Rain Hyaluronic Acid Eye Gel. Next up, we have the Clean Slate Double Layer Cleansing Oil. And the product I'm the most excited about, the Make It Rain eyeshadow palette. Seriously, how gorgeous are these shades? I couldn't resist, and this is the whole reason why I bought the box. I've just come a bit closer because I did want to test out some of the skin products. I'm going to take the Rain Check Moisturiser. It's a gel, so I'm just going to take some excess off the lid. It definitely feels like those old school like exfoliating cleansers that we were like told to never ever use. So let's just see. It's very cooling right off the bat. That's so strange. It feels definitely like a cleanser. Yeah, the little bits just kind of disappear. It feels nice and hydrating, and it's not upsetting my skin, which is a bonus because I have very sensitive skin. I will say a few of those like little white bits are still kind of like on my skin, so you might have to rub it in for a lot longer than a typical moisturizer, but it's made my base a little bit tacky. It feels a little bit slippy. It looks refreshing. I like it. I'm also going to take the eye cream. Let's give that a go. It just has this small applicator. I'm just going to whack that, oh gosh, onto my under eye. That's probably enough for both sides, to be honest. This one smells almost like melons. It's thicker. Jesus, it definitely feels like immediately hydrating. I've never tried P.Louise skincare products before, but first impressions, I do like them. Both of those products just feel really cooling on the face, but it's not uncomfortable. It just feels like really fresh, hydrating. It's kind of left like a nice glow on my skin. I like that one too. I don't have any negatives to say about them. They're not irritating my skin. My skin looks nice, they smell good, but they're not over fragranced. I'm really sensitive to fragrance, so I think if you are as well, these will be comfortable to wear, but that also depends person to person. But first impression, I like them both, so let's test out the eyeshadow palette. I had a look on Pinterest, so I'm kind of going for like this kind of vibe, so let's just see what we can come up with. I've gone ahead and prepped my eyes using the P.Louise base in the shade Room 1. On a Sigma E42, I'm going to dip into the shade Rain Check, and I'm going to focus that on the outer corner of my eye, flicking it up towards my eyebrow. I'm also going to place some in my inner corner, but I'm not going to connect it to the outer edge. That is a very pigmented purple. Just be mindful, it does have quite a lot of fallout. Next, on a Morphe M506, I'm going to dip into the shade Flash of Rain, and I'm going to blend out that dark purple shade. On another Morphe M506, I'm going to pick up the shade Whispering Rain, and I'm going to use that to blend out those purple shades. All of these eyeshadows are so vibrant. I'm so impressed. If you've used P.Louise eyeshadows before, you know that they are super pigmented, and these eyeshadows are just that. On a Sigma E33, I'm going to take the shade Monsoon Magic, and I'm just going to use that as my transition shade. I'm just taking some makeup remover on a Q-tip and carving out a half-cut crease. And of course, I have to try out my new base. I'm going to take the P.Louise Cosmetic Paint in the shade Rewhite, and I'm going to use the 7072 brush to do a cut crease. I don't love that Rewhite formula. It's so patchy. It looks way better on camera, but it was really hard to use, so I don't know if they've updated the formula, but I'll have to try the blank canvas shade and see if it does the same thing. On a Sigma E54, I'm going to take the shade Rain Away, and I'm going to blend that on that very edge of that matte wing. On the same brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Hail to the Queen, and I'm going to place that next to that purple shade. On a Sigma E57, I'm going to take the shade Sprinkle of Stars. Okay, it's not really picking up on a brush, so I am going to pick it up on my finger instead. And I'm just going to place that in the center of my lid. Oh, look at that though. That is so beautiful. And on a Sigma E57, I'm going to take the shade Stormy Haze. And I'm going to place that in the inner corner of my lid. This shade's also not really picking up on a brush, so I'm just going to place it there. Oh my goodness. With my finger instead. I can't get over how glittery these formulas are. I'm going to pick up the shade Rain Check, and I'm going to smoke that close to my lower lash line. Then I'm going to pick up the shade Flash of Rain and I'm going to blend that purple out. I'm going to go back in with the shade Whispering Rain and I'm going to use that to further diffuse that purple. And lastly, I'm going to pick up the shade Monsoon Magic and use that as my final shade on the lower lash line. On a Morphe M321, I'm going to take the shade Rain It In, and I'm going to use that under my brow bone and in my inner corner. And to finish the look, I'm going to pop on some mascara and lashes. Here is the eye look all complete. And here's the final look with the P.Louise Budget Box. So let's talk about the products in this box. I really liked the 2 skincare products that I tried. I didn't put a primer under my base and I feel like my makeup is sitting so smoothly on top of that moisturiser, so I will definitely be using that again. Same with the under eye cream. My under eye just looks flawless. I really can't complain. I definitely feel like there's not as much creasing in my smile line or under my eyes, so those products get a thumbs up. I will be testing the cleansing oil over on my TikTok, so go and check that out. And of course, what do I think about this eyeshadow palette? I love it. The shimmer shades, because they're more of that creamy formula, have creased a little bit more, but I was able to just tap it out with my finger and it looks fine. The eyeshadows are very pigmented, they blend super easily, and the shimmer shades are so sparkly. I seriously don't think the camera is doing this justice. And those shades are absolutely to die for. It is a unique eyeshadow palette, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to buy it, but if you're umming and ahhing about it, I definitely think you should pick it up. So was it worth it? You tell me. Drop a comment if you're going to pick up this month's box, or let me know if you're going to skip it entirely. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more honest beauty reviews, and make sure you turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!